I talked about the debut, my SmackDown debut, in a promo. But a few weeks of managing the Great Khali, I get to TV. And actually, that week was my very first house show loop. I think we did 2 or 3 house shows. I worked Trent Beretta. There we go. I worked Trent Beretta. I get to TV. I worked him Saturday, Sunday, Monday live events. I get to SmackDown on Tuesday. And it's like afternoon, maybe like 4 o'clock. At that time, the show script would come out very late. The show's gonna kick off at 7. It's about like 4 p.m. And Triple H comes up to me. He's like, hey, get to the seamstresses right now. They gotta make you gear. You're debuting tonight. Like, you're having a match tonight. Rush to the gear ladies. They whip me up some gear like very, very quickly. And then had a match against Yoshitatsu. That was my debut. And then for the next few months, I really didn't do much. Yeah, I'll tell you the reason why I kind of debuted really, really quickly without really any notice. The Great Khali's contract was actually up. And they weren't sure if they were going to come to terms on a new deal. Maybe he was going to leave. So that's kind of why they like shotgunned me right into programming. But Great Khali signed again, and yeah, I just kind of didn't do much. I just managed him, or I would wrestle and he would manage me. I would wrestle on Superstars most weeks. So no one really saw me that much on television. And then I believe I had already split up from Great Khali. I split up with Great Khali's sister, and he turned on me. Yeah, he kicked the crap out of me, and that was that. So I was solo dolo, pre-3MB, before I started making music. I was just kind of in no man's land. Yeah, here we go. There we go. I was just kind of in no man's land, and I remember also during that time. There was like a pilot episode. It wasn't even NXT at that time. Full Sail, Triple H produced a show there. The main event was Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And it was in Orlando because at that time, developmental, everything FCW was in Tampa. So they did like a pilot episode in Orlando that I was at, but I wasn't on the show. I just got told to be there. I went. I had my gear with me, wasn't booked, which was kind of a lot of weeks at that time when I would go to TV. Either I wasn't on or I was on Superstars. So then fast forward like a couple months later, now NXT is announced. Everybody's moving to Orlando, and I believe it was Triple H that told me, hey, you're gonna be wrestling in NXT now. While I was still on the main roster. But I wasn't training in the Performance Center at that time or anything. I was still on the main roster, and on my day off, I would go to NXT. And that's when they had the Gold Rush tournament. And it ended up being me and Seth Rollins in the final for the first ever NXT championship. And at that time, NXT wasn't on any television. Nobody watched it. I believe it was on Hulu or maybe the network or something. Nobody was watching it. And honestly, I was kind of annoyed that on my day off, I would have to go to NXT to wrestle. Because at that time, I was on the road like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, SmackDown. At that time, the brand split had ended, so every wrestler had to go to Raw and SmackDown along with the live events. And then on my day off, when I got home on a Wednesday after SmackDown, I had to drive to Orlando and wrestle. We would film like 3 episodes together, so sometimes I would have like 2 promos and a match or 2 matches on my day off. So it was kind of like an inconvenience at that time. NXT was nowhere where it is today, and honestly, at that time, I didn't even see the vision. I had no idea where it was going. This was all Triple H's vision, just to kind of rebrand developmental into its own separate brand. So after I lost that match to Seth Rollins, I believe I had one more rematch, and coincidentally, the time period between the title match with Seth when he won and my rematch, the band had formed. So in the first match with Seth, I'm in trunks. And for my rematch, I'm now in leather pants.
Which segues us nicely into 3MB, if anybody remembers that. What was the initial pitch?
Oh, brother, there was no pitch. So again, after NXT, I'm doing nothing. Maybe I get squashed by Brodus Clay in 30 seconds. or me and Alex Riley wrestled 15 minutes on Superstars, and but I was on live events. The good thing with me was my whole WWE run, I was on live events all the time, even if I wasn't on television. And the good thing with that is you make majority of your money on live events at that time. So I was doing quite well. I was on all the live events. I'm on the road. I'm having fun. And I get to TV. It might have been Raw. I get to Raw, and first thing when I walk into the locker room, I see Heath Slater telling the whole locker room, "Man, I'm about to get a band tonight." And I've told this story. Maybe some of you guys have heard this story before. And like, where the rest of the locker room is kind of throwing out names of who's going to be in this band. There's a young Fandango at that time, Johnny Curtis, Kurt Hawkins, Tyler Rex, and there's Dean Ambrose at that time is doing dark matches. Maybe Dean Ambrose, I was thinking. And I jokingly said, guys, watch, I'll be in the band. Complete joke, by the way. I was not expecting to be in the band. And me and Drew McIntyre have always been really good friends, so I used to see Drew in the locker room. And we go for a walk. I think maybe we're going to go to catering. We go to catering, where me and Drew are walking, and there was a writer by the name of Kevin Eck. He grabbed Drew. He goes, "Hey, Drew, I need to talk to you." They step away. It was to give Drew the bad news. Maybe they knew he wasn't going to take it as well as me. I'm kind of whatever. I go with the flow, whatever. But at that time, Drew was like super, super motivated. And he wasn't being used in anything. And as you guys know, Drew is like one of the best wrestlers in the world. So for Drew McIntyre to be at TV every week and not do anything or be squashed by Brodus Clay or anything, something like that, like he's getting frustrated. So Kevin Eck takes Drew McIntyre, and I see Scotty Armstrong has the rundown sheet, the card sheet. And I go, "Hey, Scotty, what do I have tonight?" I start at the top on Superstars. Okay, I'm not on Superstars. I keep going down. Okay, Heath Slater with Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. Oh, holy crap, I'm in the band. And that was how I got the news of the band. So there was no pitch. No one told me, no one asked me, we didn't pitch. Scott Armstrong had the rundown sheet, and that's where I saw it.
And you were saying that you're quite laid back, you'll go with the flow.
Yeah, I've always been like that.
How did Drew react?
That's a question you'll have to ask Drew, but from my perspective, I don't think he was too thrilled. Like, he wanted to break out on his own. He was already like Intercontinental Champion, a tag team champion with Cody Rhodes. Like, he was already knocking on the door to get to that next level. Like, he was close before. I don't know whatever issues Drew had or whatever at that time. He wasn't being used in the best way, and I think he was quite frustrated. But I can tell you this much: he was motivated. Like, all right, like. He was very motivated, like, all right, we're going to make it happen. If this is what we're given, we got to make the best of it. He was fired up.
And talk about the outfits and the dancing. Because there is a clip of pre-leather trouser Jinder, Drew, and Heath all doing completely different dances. Yeah,
exactly. So, again, we're giving no direction. Big surprise. Like we were so low on the totem pole. They had better things to worry about. Shield was debuting around that time, and a lot of focus was on them, and we were just kind of an afterthought. So, all right, 3MB, go out there. And actually, before we got the name 3MB, we get told, "Hey guys, we need a name for the band. Like, come up with a list of names." We're brainstorming. We're trying to come up with names. I do remember one of the names was Psychedelic Love Child. Like, we can't come up with any like rock names where we're I don't know, we're struggling. We compile a list of names, just terrible names. And we get to TV the next week, and luckily Vince had already come up with the name 3-Man Band. And we're like, you know what? Okay, that works. It works, all right. So anyway, 3-Man Band has a match or some sort of segment. We must have won the match, one of the very few we ever did, because we got a celebration on the tail end. And Drew's thrusting, Heath might have been air guitaring, possibly, and I was doing like Bhangra dance, like Punjabi style dance. And again, we're given no direction. We get to the back, and we get reamed out. Like, what the F are you guys doing? What is that? Like, you guys need to be on the same page. You guys are a rock band. You're doing punk, I don't even know what Drew's doing. And so we asked, like, what do you guys want from us? They're like, and I think maybe it was Hunter or someone, like, kind of gave us a rough guideline, like, we need you guys air guitaring. Maybe you guys have heard this story before. We got assigned to go do air guitar practice at FCW on our day off. Well, after we got yelled at, we're like, hey, guys, we got to show it. Like, we got to go air guitar practice. Like, you know what? It might have been our idea. Like, we might have been like, oh, you know what? Like, we'll go to FCW. We'll go on our day off while we're getting reamed out. Like, hey, we're going to go practice air guitaring.
Who's the one that's teaching the air guitar?
So, interesting question. So we report to FCW on our day off, and Bill DeMott clears out the big arena. He sends everybody to the back. We got the full arena. We got the hard cam on. We got everything to our disposal except someone to teach us. So I honestly think it was just Heath. Just Heath. Heath, the front man, the middle man, he just taught us how to air guitar. And we came up with a few air guitar choreographed dances, essentially. I don't think any of us are really good dancers. But yeah, that was that. We did some air guitaring on our day off. And we really just wanted to be seen there. Like, hey, hopefully Bill DeMott sends an email saying, hey, the three-man band was here practicing dancing. So yeah, that was that. And then how we got into the leather pants. We got told, hey guys, you guys need gear. So again, we go to the gear ladies. There was 3 of them at that time. Guys, we need rock and roll gear. And me and Drew still wanted trunks, so we're designing these trunks, basically our leather pants, but in trunk form. And it was actually from Vince. He told us, no, leather pants. We're like, oh God. So by the week after that, we had a brand new pair of leather pants. And another interesting story, we were so low on the totem pole. Instantly, when the gear ladies gave us our leather pants, we told them right away, hey, make us a new one. We need a second pair. And they have higher priorities. Pay-per-views are coming up. Like, they need to be making gear for more people, not 3MB leather pants. And we got put on the back burner forever. I remember my one gear lady, Terry. She had made me a pair that was almost finished. From the time we started 3MB to the time that Hornswoggle joined us. So when Hornswoggle is joining us, we're like, Hornswoggle, you got to get in leather pants, like these green leprechaun pants. You can't wear them with 3MB. So again, hey guys, where are we going to get Hornswoggle's leather pants from? I'm like, wait, I have an idea. I have almost a pair of pants made. Terry has them. We can just chop the legs off. I think me and you pretty much got the same waist size. Your ass might be bigger than mine, but you might be able to squeeze into them. So we got Road Dog to tell the gear lady, hey, make these fit Hornswoggle right away. She just cut a couple feet off of them, and boom, Hornswoggle had a fresh pair of leather pants that were originally intended for me.
Leather pant gate. You mentioned the Shield earlier. Was it difficult or weird to see that you guys are put together as a group, and then the Shield debut, and basically they are the focus point. You guys are maybe not as much. There was even a segment where you guys interrupted Triple H, and then the Shield beat you guys up. Was that hard to sort of see a new group getting all this focus, and you guys maybe not getting as much?
Yeah, definitely. And it was like the same 1 or 2 weeks after us, or maybe I think like a week or 2 after us. And yeah, exactly. So we're watching as time goes on, where on Superstars are getting squashed, and these guys are in the main event. But that's just the way the business is. You can be upset about it, or you can use it to motivate you, or you can use it as an excuse to party every night and drink your sorrows away. That's kind of what we did, which was not a wise choice. But yeah, it was frustrating at that time, and they were known as the Hounds of Justice, and Wade Barrett gave us the moniker of the Mutts of Injustice. 3MB were the Mutts of Injustice. But it was never said on TV. I really wish it was. We should have told the commentators.
What was the relationship like with Vince and creative during this? Are you guys trying to pitch stuff? Are they
Non-existent, non-existent. My whole first run, I avoided Vince. I was just intimidated by him, which a lot of wrestlers are. Like, especially if you're at that time, if you're a young wrestler, like, you don't have any relationship with Vince. You come back and you hope like you don't get yelled at. And with Vince, if you come back after your match and he doesn't say anything, like, you consider it a win. Like, even the producer is like, well, Vince didn't say anything. It's good. So that was kind of the relationship there. Yeah, it was just pretty much non-existent. We actually did a lot of stuff on our own. At that time, Tout was the big thing that was going to take over the world, revolutionize the social media game. I believe WWE might have had a stake in it or something. So they're pushing Tout on WWE programming. So we're like, you know what? Let's do some stuff on Tout. So we'd go out on the town wherever we were, start partying, start recording Touts. There's actually some funny stuff where we got like we were supposed to get 3MB tattoos, and we get drunk and we go to a tattoo shop, and we wake up and I got like a 3 gigabyte 3GB tattoo, and Drew's got like some other messed up variation of 3MB, and we're like, what's going on? Well, one time we were supposed to do like a State of the Union address. We ended up getting drunk and like not doing it, just like forgetting about it. Yeah, we just used to randomly just make touts on our own. I think we went into like New York and filmed some stuff, and we would actually grab one of the social media guys, because at that time the social media division had just started. I remember when Twitter first came out, they sat all of us down in a big meeting and told us, like, guys, social media is the future. Like, you guys need to be on Twitter. They sat us down. You had like one-on-one appointments with the social media team. They set up your Twitter accounts for you, and really push social media, because before that, being on your phone during the show was like a huge no-no, big-time heat. You were basically during the whole show, whether it's a television taping or a live event, everybody is in front of the monitor, no phones, watching every single match. Like, even if you get up to like go to the bathroom, you gotta like guys, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom really quick, and hopefully it's in between matches or it's at intermission. Like, you would have to warm up in front of the TV, like make sure you're being seen, especially if you're a young guy, or major heat. That was like the culture back then. That's what it was like. Then all of a sudden social media comes out, and now the monitor area is now rebranded as the social media zone. And they got like cell phone chargers for us. You're encouraged to be on your phone tweeting. And they actually got snacks in there for us now too, to like encourage us to be in this social media zone on our phones during the show. So like that was like a huge culture shift. I kind of went off on a tangent, but yes, we did take initiative on our own, and we'd go out and start filming our own touts, our own videos if we weren't doing anything on TV.